In this video, we are going to do health checks for catalog microservices with PostgreSQL database. Health checks in ASP.NET Core provide a way to monitor the status of your application and its dependencies. We will focus on adding health checks to our catalog microservices, specifically checking the health check of our PostgreSQL database. Health checks are exposed by an application as HTTP endpoints. Health checks endpoints can be configured for various real-time monitoring scenarios. So that means health checks and health probes can be used by a container orchestrators and load balancers in order to check an application status. For example, a container orchestrator may respond to a failing health check by halting a rolling deployment or restarting a container. Or another example is a load balancer might react to unhealthy application by routing traffic away from the failing instance to healthy instances. Let's start by setting up basic health checks in our application. For that purpose, please go to Catalog API and open the program.cs. And I'm going to start with registering dependency injection health checks. For that purpose, before building the application, I'm going to add a builder, services, and add health checks. And we don't have any configuration for now. And this is the first point, adding the dependency injection. And the second point is configure the our HTTP request lifecycle, which means that I can use app.use health checks method, and we can provide the health check path, which we will use only health. So this is the minimum implementation of the health checks. Edit DI and edit the R configuring pipeline and run this application in a HTTPS mode, and we will check the health status of these catalog microservices with running the health endpoint. So application runs successfully, and if you open the Postman, I have added new HTTP GET request under the catalog, and this is requesting catalog URL, which is the localhost 5050 and health endpoint. If you send HTTP GET method, you can see the health response from the application. But this is not sufficient for the catalog microservices, because if you look at our big picture, you can see that catalog microservices relying on the PostgreSQL database. So that means it is crucial to include health checks for our database as part of our overall health monitoring strategy for catalog microservices. For that purpose, we will also check the PostgreSQL database health in our catalog microservices. So how we can check PostgreSQL or other related backing services health check in the ASP.NET. So there is a very great GitHub project that I am going to open in here. This is the ASP.NET Core Diagnostics and Health Checks package. And if you scroll down, you can see that this repository offers a wide collection of the ASP.NET Core health check packages for widely used services and platforms. That means I'm calling these backing services. So our microservices relying on some backing services, and these backing services also perform the health checks into our microservices, and we can use these NuGet packages in this GitHub repository. If you scroll down, you can see how many packages are including as a backing services for microservices, including Amazon SQS, SNS, Azure Event Hubs. And if you scroll down, you can see the Cosmos DB, Event Store, and different database and message brokers, Kafka, Kubernetes, MongoDB, MySQL, Redis, and so on. So we will looking for the PostgreSQL in here. So if you go to the NuGet package, you can see that means we will install this package in order to get the health information about the PostgreSQL database. So please copy this package name, and after that open the Visual Studio and right click the Catalog API and manage NuGet packages. Of course it is running, and I'm going to stop this project and right click again and manage NuGet packages and search for the ASP.NET Core health checks npg SQL and install this package for checking the health PostgreSQL database, and confirm that this package are installed successfully. Save this Catalog API. Now we can apply these packages into our program.cs. In the program.cs, you can see that we are added health checks into the dependency injection in here. So basically this method is adding health check for catalog microservices. But now we have additional services, which is the PostgreSQL. For that purpose, I'm going to use add npg SQL, and I'm going to paste the connection string in here to checking the health checks for the PostgreSQL database. So this line of code will be perform the health check for the PostgreSQL database within the catalog microservices. Also, we can configure the response of the request pipeline. Here you can see that we can configure the health endpoint, but the response is coming raw message, but I would like to return back a response in a JSON format. So in order to visualize health check result more clearly, we can add UI client package from our GitHub repository. So please open the GitHub repository, and you can see that there is some additional packages for enhancing the UI operations. So I'm going to use UI client. So you can go to the NuGet package and see the package name in here. So we will copy this package name and we will install this package into Catalog API. Right click, manage NuGet package, and I'm going to install UI.client in order to make it response as a JSON format and clearly readable. So if you double click and save this file, you can see that we have installed two packages regarding to health checks. So after that, if you go to the program CS, I'm going to configure these health endpoint with adding the new health check options and response right to do in a JSON format. So with this line of code, we will perform these operation responded to as a JSON and clear format. Now we can start to test our enhanced health checks with PostgreSQL integration. Please run these catalog API microservices, and after that we will navigate to our Postman to send HTTP GET method to the health endpoint, and we will see how this will be affected. So please open the Postman after starting the application, and now I'm going to send again the same HTTP GET method to health endpoint, and this time this will be return back the more readable as a JSON format and including the PostgreSQL. Yes, here you can see the status is healthy, and if you scroll down you can see additional entries, and this time we will have a one backing services, which is the PostgreSQL database, and this is also healthy.